Did you know the Quran has a huge genealogy mistake, a big historical error? Muslims call Jesus Isa. In the Quran, he's named Isa. However, Arab Christians don't call him Isa. They call him Yasua. Why? Who is this Isa character in the Quran? Do we have any outside of the Quran sources to prove who this man was? No. He's just in the Quran. And yet Muslims believe this is the same Jesus from the Bible, and they believe that the same Isa of the Quran is the same Jesus we Christians refer to, with a few modifications, such as he was just a prophet, supposedly. Yet, when we see the Jesus of the Bible, he was born of a virgin by a woman named Mary, and in Christianity, her dad's name is Joachim. However, in the Quran, the supposed virgin named Maryam of this Isa has a different father named Imran. It also is mentioned she's the sister of Aaron. Do you know in the Bible which Mary, was the sister of Aaron and daughter of Amram, or Amram in Hebrew? In the book of Exodus, Miriam was the daughter of Amram, sister of Aaron. So how did the Quran get a mistake of about 1,500 years difference? Or in other words, how did Muhammad get the wrong Mary? How did the Allah that wrote the Quran supposedly get a completely different Maryam from well over 1,000 years before? What Muslims will say is, when it says in the Quran that Maryam was the sister of Aaron, this is talking about something that could be said in a different way, not necessarily directly biologically in this case. If this was the case, it still doesn't work. You can't say that Maryam was the sister of Aaron well over 1,000 years before, because they came from two different tribes. So you can see how Muslim imams and dawahs on the internet will just straight up lie. The Virgin Mary comes from the tribe of Judah. Aaron comes from the tribe of Levi. So that argument can't even work. So how did Allah get such a genealogy basic concept completely wrong? I think Muhammad was thinking of the wrong Maryam when he had his people write this down. So how could a perfectly preserved book that supposedly comes from God get such a basic piece of information completely off by 1,500 years? The only explanation is that the Quran cannot be from God. So the Isa of the Quran biologically is very different than the Jesus Christ of the Bible. They are two very completely biologically different people. So who was this Isa? How do we know that he existed, or was he just fabricated from Muhammad? I think we Christians know the answer.